Hello everybody, hope you're doing okay. Welcome to Odium in Hampshire. I've just come out to do my evening run tonight at a slightly different location. So as you may have seen, I've recently got the Endorphin Pro and the Alphafly as well as the NEXT. So I thought about time I started doing some actual comparative data between the three probably most popular carbon plated racing shoes out there at the moment, if we can actually get hold of one, which is probably harder than trying to find a race in some ways. So what I'm going to do first of all is a little warm up, and then I found a downhill segment. So one of the problems with these shoes is actually were they actually originally designed for the elite athletes. So the only way that I can actually run fast is to run for a fairly short time and downhill. So I think in this one I could probably get close to 5-minute mile for about a 2-minute effort and see how they compare between the three. So I think I'll do the NEXT first because I usually do that one last. So that's usually my favorite, and then I'll pop into the Endorphin Pros and maybe finish off with the Alphafly and see if I can see any difference between the three. Right, so let's get my warm-up started and I'll be ready to go shortly. Okay, bye. So first of all, a quick look at the shoes here. So here's the old NEXT. I use my white pair. This pair has done about 100 miles now. Then I move on to the Endorphin Pros. Actually, fun enough, the order here will be lightest to heaviest. So NEXT are around about 245, 250 odd. Endorphin Pros in my size 13 are 275, and then we move on to the Alphaflys, which are about 305. So basically they're going up about 30 grams each shoe. Now also these are the most expensive, and these are the heaviest, and these are the cheapest, and in the middle on the weight. So it's going to be interesting to see how we go in this one. Okay, so warm up done, just over 3 miles. I was trying to target a little segment that I set up here before that hardly anyone had done. So I think I managed to get that rather soft one. I was wearing the Adios 5 there because I thought it was a bit muddy rather than these carbon plated shoes. Right, so I've now put on the NEXT and I've changed top because it's really quite a sultry, sweaty evening. So although it doesn't feel that warm, so I'm certainly sweating just doing 3 miles there. So right, here we go. NEXT on. And start that way, that direction, and then turn round. So we go past the Waterwitch pub, which is eerily quiet still because this pub's obviously can't open until the 4th of July in a few days' time. Then over the brow of that hill where the canal is, and then downhill to the end. Okay, so I'd also, bit of a caveat, I did 14 miles yesterday easy, so well, not easy, it felt quite, so I'm feeling rather stiff. So I think there's an element of, this may need a bit of a warm up, so maybe that will skew things, but we shall see. Anyway, let's get this going. Okay, NEXT's done. That wasn't too bad. It's quite nice actually running downhill fast in well cushioned shoes. They sort of take a bit of the pounding out. Bit of a lactic acid burn there. This is about just over 2-minute effort, I think. I'm not quite sure the exact time. I was probably playing close to 5-minute miling, I think. You kind of sort of start off really quickly, it flattens out a bit, then a very gradual rise, and a big swoop down to over the river, then a big swoop down to the finish. So certainly a bit of mix, but wind's behind as well. So anyway, we're going to do the same two again next in the Endorphin Pro and see how we go. Okay. Okay, Endorphin Pro's done. They're definitely a lot firmer, those shoes, than the NEXT, and I could definitely feel not such a good lockdown across the midfoot. They definitely are a bit wider, or maybe just harder to get laced together because of the shape. They're more like a traditional sort of shoe. Very reminds me of the Carbon X upper, actually. Sort of that white, very thin material with the traditional lace-ups. But yeah, that's as much as the lactic in my legs and the arms as it was the speed. So I think I definitely started to slow up a bit there at the end. Whether that was anything to the shoes or not, can't say they actually helped at all. But maybe let's put the Alphaflys on and see if the shoes help at all in this last one, or I'm still fighting lactic acid in the legs. Okay, see you in a bit. Bye. So, all done. I'm glad that's all over. A lot of lactic there. So the Alphafly third up. I've just checked Strava and I got a 155 there, but about 447 a mile for, I think that's about 0.4 a mile, 1.5% downhill, and not completely downhill all the way. Well, 155 is interesting, was that's the exact same time as the next percent, also 155 of course, and the Endorphin Pro was 157. I certainly felt on the Alphafly, I could feel those pods early on. It was almost like I was bouncing myself off the road when I was going downhill, and although my legs felt quite dead, it was kind of helping me to bounce around. So that, but it's hard to believe that these elite marathon runners do that casually pace when I'm sort of treating that a bit like an 800 rep. So anyway, an interesting session. It rather confirmed my on-feet feel that the next percent felt the best. Certainly they easily fit me the best, and they're nice and squidgy, and you get a nice little bounce off the track. The Endorphin Pro just felt a bit loose, a bit harsh, but not too bad. And then the Alphaflys, again, I feel like I'm a lot of lateral movement. If you saw my other video, I'm really struggling to get a good fit in them. But no denying that last rep, a lot of lactic in the lead. Admittedly, I had a full rest between those, so a good 10 minutes, I think, by the time I got up to the top of the hill and down again. Yeah, so that was interesting. Rather confirmed my feeling that the next percent is probably my favourite still. I'll go and have a look at the heart rate data as well, see if it can tell me anything. But in those sort of lactic sessions, you know, the legs kind of give up before the heart rate, so it might not necessarily tell you too much. Anyway, hope you found that interesting, and see you on the next one. Okay, bye.